Hey y'all, welcome back. So today we are doing another tiny home in The Sims for your career. Last time I did a house for an actor, and we're still in the A's. We're moving on to Astronaut. So the Astronaut career comes with base game, which is pretty cool. It means it's literally open to anyone. You're going to have everything you need to succeed just by having base game. But with this one, I decided let's go to a base game world. So we're in Oasis Springs. My brain went dead for a second. And we're at Nookstone, which happens to be like one of my favorite lots because of the giant dinosaur in the background. I mean, you need a giant dinosaur in the background. I thought that the desert was kind of cool for an astronaut career because I think of like Area 51 and aliens and stuff like that. That's kind of where my brain went with it. So they're in the desert, which, once again, giant dinosaur in your backyard, I mean, couldn't be any better. This house is 64 tiles, so it is a tiny home, which will allow you to gain skills a little bit faster and keep you in a good mood. It's just great. Tiny homes are awesome. I have one in my Not So Berry challenge. I had one in my Not So Berry challenge, and my girl got through her logic and mischief skill like nobody's business. She just flew through it, which felt a little cheaty to me, honest, but I did it. Doesn't mean that she's found all the elements and all the other stuff she needs to do, but you know, at least her logic and her mischief are maxed out. So with this house, I originally thought it would be cool to do like a U shape and put the rocket ship that you need in the middle, but I didn't want you to not have room to do everything you need to do with it, so it's just in the backyard. But I kept the idea of this U-shaped house. It's very laid out, flows well. You walk in and you're kind of right into this main little hallway almost, where I end up putting a chess table because you need logic to be an astronaut. And then to your left, you've got your kitchen, living room, and then to your right, a bathroom, bedroom. Super simple, super easy. With this house, I thought it'd be kind of cool to make it a little, I want to say edgy. That's not the word I'm looking for. I keep it raw. No, oh my gosh, my brain. I use a lot of like wood and metal aesthetic. No idea what my brain wants to say with that. You know, and as I'm building this, I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I'm going to point out and blah, 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 blah. But you know, when you get in here and you're actually recording, of course, your brain wants to, I thought that this like metal wood look, it was very edgy. It's not the word I'm looking for. I'm going to be editing this and I'm going to think of the word. So be on the lookout. The word's going to come to me, what I think of this house as. I kind of like thought factory-esque, you know, but not. Industrial. That was kind of what I was going for. Okay, it was industrial. Kinda. I still don't think that's a word that was in my head, but industrial. I wanted to use lots of metals and wood tones. On the outside, it's not a modern look, but has kind of a modern feel to it with the wood paneling that comes, the bricks. It was just very pretty and felt updated. So we went with this industrial vibe. I keep it real neutral, but I definitely lean into metal and wood. And a little more modern. I go ahead and use the Home Chef Hustle fridge and stove, sink, range, hood, all that stuff because it's just really pretty and modern and I really like it. I use it all the time. I almost used the full kitchen set, but I used it in the last house. So I was like, ooh, might need to lean away from that when we move on to our athletic career. With this career, you need the rocket science skill as you get further into it, but you're going to need your athletic skill and you're going to need logic skill. So I give you both those items. And that's my idea, the premise behind these houses. So tiny homes, you're going to gain skill faster, but these homes are going to be geared towards your Sims career. We're talking rocket scientists. So this person already has their rocket in the back ready for them to build. And then it also has a chess table and it has a punching bag. So that way you can get your athletic skill up, you can get your logic skill up, and your rocket science skill. That's pretty much like what you need, okay? What you can do is choose the active trait for your sim when you are creating them or getting into cast with them, and that will help them be energized, which is like the ideal mood for them as an astronaut. You can also choose the athletic aspiration, which gives them the opportunity to drink energy juice. Never done it. it. So, But what's really great is if you're not sure about these careers, you're new to Sims, or just haven't explored much, there's so much to find online that you can just go. I used a lot of Carl's Sims 4 guide. I mean, when I first started playing, and even now going in and like, what do I need for these careers? Because I haven't played them all. Like, let's be real. I know there are people out there who have. I have not. I'm not always the biggest on playing in The Sims, but I love to build. I was telling someone, Sims 1, Sims 2, Sims 3, I played, okay? I just did. I liked gameplay. I liked being in cast, doing all those things. And really this past year, I've just gotten so much into building and just having so much fun getting to explore that creativity outlet. I haven't played much in The Sims 4. A little bit, but not a lot. Like, I have my Not So Berry challenge and I've got a couple other saves, but honestly, between the choice of gameplay versus building, I like to build. I really do. It's just so much fun. And that's me. You know what I mean? Like, if you love gameplay, that's all you, and that's great. This house could be perfect for you. Perfect for your Simspiration of being an astronaut. So what's really cool, something that I found out, because like I said, I've never been an astronaut in The Sims. So you can get through to like level 7 of your career and then choose if you want to be a space ranger or an interstellar smuggler, which is kind of crazy sounding, and I'm intrigued, aren't you? Did you know that? Another thing is, if you have Discover University, you can go to college and go to Foxbury. That's the like science tech college, and it can help advance you in this career as well. Depending on how well you do in school, it would start you off in your career further along than level 1. Something to think about if this is what you want to do and you really want to like lean into being an astronaut. As for this build, it's really come together and I'm just laying everything out. I kind of gave you that basic layout of what it would look like, where things are going on the inside. I do get rid of the dining room table, little table. You know what? Your sim can just go eat on the couch or eat at the chess table. Like, it is what it is. I played around with wallpapers a lot because I wanted it to feel modern, edgy, industrial, but still wanted to have fun with what the colors look like, staying neutral. I think that this tile is real modern, and so what I did was I just searched for a swatch that would match it, and I found it. It is a Parenthood wallpaper, and it's really pretty, and I think that the subway tile look has a very like modern feel to it, which kind of vibed with my industrial feel that I was going for. The raw counters that I used in the kitchen do not have upper cabinets, so I just used some shelving up top to add a little something extra. Now, I fenced in the backyard, and I was still really iffy about this. I do change the fence to something just a little more, I don't know, I guess it's eco lifestyle what I end up choosing. It's a nice wood color, and so I think it looks good. I wanted to use columns for the corners to really add a little more dimension to the house, but what's really frustrating is that they don't go up into the roof, which I understand. It would have been a really nice touch because it's weird when they kind of just stop. In the backyard, I give you a telescope because, of course, logic, just don't get hit by a meteor. That's all I can ask of you if you're trying to be an astronaut. Probably not the thing to do, get hit by a meteor, I mean, if you want it, save your game and go at it and have fun and then load back. So because I didn't want to put any platforms anywhere, I really played around with what it would look like to have a patio porch area that's obviously not lifted up. I played around a little bit with the fencing, and it's cute. Just something was missing. It just didn't feel right. It felt out of place. So I play around with the terrain paint and try and get it to work. I end up scrapping that, and I use terrain paint and then go in with rocks, stones, which I think is really pretty, and it fits with the surrounding area. You see lots of rocks everywhere in Oasis Springs. Fenced in the back, I have our beautiful rocket ship. Well, what will be a rocket ship. And then I have the telescope back there, and I put the punching bag back there as well. So there it is. It's just a basic base game one. I try to avoid using some packs when I can, you know, like you go into the bathroom and they have the bathroom clutter kit. So do you use the toilet paper from the bathroom clutter kit or do you use base game toilet paper? Same with telescopes, punching bags. Like we have a lot of options for a lot of different things. Sometimes you just want to choose what people will have more access to. And so that's what I do for the most part. I try and stick with what I can do in base game. Sometimes I just, you know, you can't and you have something in a vision and you just use it. Originally, my thought for the bedroom was that I was going to plaster it with like Strangerville posters and the Get to Work posters that are like aliens and you know, have it be like this astronaut's like secret wish to meet an alien. I do end up changing it. I use those space prints that you can get using cheats, but you can get them in The Sims 4 by purchasing the observatory, which I don't give this sim. I guess I could. I didn't give the sim an observatory. It's one of those things that you can purchase for yourself. It's not needed for your career. It's just like a fun little thing. So you want to use the backyard observatory. You want to usually do it during the day and you want to observe the sky. It really helps if you're focused, and there are like 25 prints that you can collect, which is really cool. I believe I used them all in the house. It's a little obsessive, okay? I thought about not using some, but then I was just like, no, this person loves space. The person who lives here wants to be an astronaut. They love space. So they're going to have as many prints as they can. And you know what? I didn't put the observatory in this build. I might have to do that before I put it on the gallery. I don't know why I didn't do that. The reasoning escapes me at this moment. You know, this person loves space. So here we go. I am just pulling all these space pictures out and we're using them. I do size them down, okay, because they're kind of large and in charge, but they're so pretty. My 6-year-old came over to me while I was doing this and he was like, oh, I like that. That's so pretty. But then again, he's obsessed with space and can tell you more about space than I think that you actually know, okay? And I'm not coming for your knowledge. I'm just saying that my 6-year-old's so obsessed with space that he knows things and seeks out that knowledge. And maybe one day he'll be an astronaut. He doesn't have career choices at this moment. He's 6, so, you know, whatever. But he loves space, and so he was like thrilled. He was like, those are so pretty. What kind of worlds are those? Because there's like pictures of Sixum and stuff like that. So he was super intrigued. These prints are beautiful, and this person aspires to be an astronaut, so why would they not have all the prints possible? It's official. I'm gonna put the backyard observatory in here and probably take away the telescope. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's not official. I think before I put it on the gallery, I will decide what I'm going to do. Feeling like a little bit of a missed opportunity, but we are midway through this build. Actually, this build is done. We're midway through this video. So what's done is done, and I will look into the observatory. So if you get it out the gallery, EAID katxthrash, you might find an observatory on it. But what's really cool is it's a woohoo spot, so you know. But you can also do that with your rocket ship. And I read this thing that's really crazy because I don't play with the rocket ship. Apparently, when your sims go into space to woohoo, that another sim can stream it on a computer. I don't know. It's real weird. Don't ask me. Something to check out, I guess. Oh gosh. Okay, anyways, moving on. The observatory does raise your logic and your fun skills, so we're probably going to go ahead and put it in there and get rid of that plain old telescope. We'll have it, okay? If you go on EAD, katxthrash, get this for yourself, it's going to have the observatory. It's done. I'm doing it. So sorry. My apologies that I didn't put it into the build already. I looked at it. I don't know who can say what my brain was thinking. Anyways, we are getting real close to being done with this build. We are cluttering. We are putting plants all around. I don't make the rules, okay? They need plants. Putting rugs down and just getting minimal clutter. I don't do a whole lot. It's a tiny home, but I give them plants and I go in and put clutter on the shelves in the kitchen. So that's that. And then they're gonna, of course, have rugs because I'm a rug fiend. You gotta have rugs everywhere. I actually really love the way this little house turns out. I think it's really pretty. And there's something so calming with all the blue in the house and these like wood tones. It just feels like someplace you want to be. Like you could just go there, kick back, relax after a tough day of space exploring. If you've seen the last couple videos, I've had some problem with my speed builds lagging a little bit and being kind of pixelated. I did change up how I'm editing my videos, and I kind of slowed the video down a little bit. I usually kick the speed up a little bit more, but I slowed it down and I think it has helped. Let me know if you catch any lag, but I haven't. I watched through and it looked good. Hopefully we're past that point and, we can make sure you're getting some good content because that's what we're here for. I'm serious when I'm saying this is just last minute stuff. Like, I'm going to do some terrain paint. We are going to work in the front yard, put some stones down, and be done with this build. Like, it is ready. Also, it is 1:38 in the morning. So if you hear some snoring, it's because people are sleeping and I don't have a office. Me and my computer are kind of out in the open. So if you hear children snores, it's because I've got some loud snoring children. I definitely wanted to bring some greenery outside as well. Just make it very like homey and green, very inviting. Getting terrain paint down, deciding what that's going to look like. So we've got that lined up, just kind of making sure it's nice and clean. And then I'm going to put these stones in. They're just base game stones. I changed the swatch to that like reddish swatch, shrunk them down a couple times, and just edged out this entire walkway. And I think it really adds a nice effect, brings in the fact that we're in the desert, and so you're gonna have these really nice like orangey stones everywhere. I mean, there's one in the background right now. So we're getting those done. We're going to do a little bit of terrain paint around the house, put a little bit of landscaping because you don't need a whole lot of landscaping. You're in the desert. So we're just going to kind of put a couple little plants that are around in the neighborhood and be done. So I think it's time we go ahead and jump in to the screenshots, let you see how this beautiful astronaut's tiny home has turned out. I have to say, I absolutely love it. I'm super happy with it. And I hope you are too. Like I said, if you want it for yourself, you can get it off the gallery, EAID, katxthrash, just like the name here on YouTube. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you doing this, and being able to just kind of share my work just makes me like super happy. It literally like makes my soul happy. I hope you have a great night wherever you are. Bye, y'all.